Last week, Marshall brought their A game and handled number 11 NC State on the road in what's going to be our final ranked test of the regular season. Today, we are looking to wrap up the Atlantic Division title on our side of the ACC, and most importantly, stay healthy against a woeful Wake Forest team. I'm Kimbroplays, let's go. After our big win on the road, Marshall jumps back up to the top spot in the CFP rankings as we continue to play flip-flop with Florida. No losses in the top 10, so it's all chalk from last week. Northwestern and Arkansas State would still be in if the season ended today. With a 2-game lead in the loss column, I believe a win today would clinch the division title for Marshall and make quite a statement in our first season in the ACC. And the odds look pretty good as Wake Forest is 2-8 overall and only 1-6 in the conference this year. Speaking of, Dave Clawson leads the way at Wake. He's considered to be in the hot seat as he is going to miss his target of 7 wins per season for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. Obviously, he's hoping for a big upset to try to save his job, but we're not going to give it to him. C overall for this Wake Forest team, B- for their offense, but the season stats say they are having a rough year pretty much all across the board. 18.6 points per game is not going to win you a lot of football games. They do, however, have a solid senior quarterback leading the team in Santino Marucci, but he does not have a lot of help. There are only 3 players on offense with an 80 overall or better, and no one on the defense makes it into the 80s at all. It's got to be really difficult in college football's toughest conference with a roster like this. As we mentioned at the top, the rest of this regular season is about staying healthy. Wake Forest and Louisville are a combined 2-18. So today's game is about making sure we get our work done early with the starters and get them out of there. Back in the Joan today for Senior Day. Division title is within reach, but today's date is 11/18, and this is a big one for the Marshall community. We haven't touched on this a lot during the series, but late November for Marshall is very meaningful. On November 14th, 1970, a charter jet crashed into a hillside, coming into approach at an airport nearby as the team was returning from a game at East Carolina, unfortunately killing all 75 souls on board. The victims included 36 football players on the Marshall team and 39 school administrators, coaches, fans, and the flight crew. The university decided to continue its football program, but within the university and the entire community, it left a huge void. Marshall did end up hiring a new head coach in 1971, and the program being rebuilt was the subject of the 2006 movie We Are Marshall, starring Matthew McConaughey. It's honored every year, still today, by the school by what is known as the 75 game. Marshall customarily wears special uniforms and a commemorative helmet with 75 on the side, and that's what we've got going on today at the Joan. So we definitely want to come out and play hard in their memory. Wake Forest and Santino Marucci are going to get this ball first as he trots out onto the field, getting their first drive going from the 25. Marucci tucking, going to get past Martin. He finally gets drugged down, but he's got 9 yards and a first. Marucci, next play, tucking again, looking to scramble. He's going to get past Hubbard and get grabbed. Back-to-back plays where the rush has not gotten home, and he uses his legs. Marucci, this time throwing it away. Flag is down, however, and they're going to call a pass interference on us. As we look at the replay, Josh Hardiman is going to make a tackle after the play fake, and I guess technically the throwaway was in this guy's direction, so they're going to call us on the PI. Hardiman's asking the referee for some support here. Marucci, after the PI, flips it to his tight end, Randy Smith, for 3. Smith motioning into the backfield as they go triple option. He pitches it that way. Folk ranges over and makes the play, but it's going to leave them with a 3rd and 3 as they near midfield. Lob to the sideline. Does he get his feet in? He does not. Incomplete, and the drive stalls. And James Fuqua, 303 yards passing, 5 touchdowns last week. After the punt, he's going to get his first action of the day from the 26. First play of the day, it's a zone read keeper, and he gets tripped up. 2 had a ton of space, and the shoestring tackle eventually gets him. Ethan Payne on the next play, powering forward. He's got an 8-yard rush. And now a play fake on 3rd and 1. Out to the sideline, John Bass stepping through a tackle and into foot race to the end zone, and he's going to win it. 46-yard touchdown reception for John Bass. James Fuqua on his first throw of the day gets into the end zone, and this is a really nice route, little out route on man coverage, and that's what can happen. You break a tackle, and it's off to the races. John Bass doing a nice job leading this team in receptions, finishes off this particular drive with a great individual effort. Exactly how you want to start it for Marshall. Kick a team that is not at your level when they are down. Nope. Get out on them early as Will Towns goes backwards as the Marshall run D comes to play, leaving them with a 2nd and 16. Marucci running the play action. Now it's a speed option as he gets outside. 11-yard carry gets a good chunk back. It's going to leave him with a 3rd and 5 in shotgun, flanked by Towns. Tight end, the motion man, well protected. Stepping into this throw deep down the seam, double coverage, and Eric Love is going to make the play as Marshall on its 2nd drive doesn't let them string together any first downs. Really good work here by Eric Love. Actually, Josh Hardiman could have had this one as well, as they had double coverage on the tight end. So Marshall takes over just shy of their 35. Quickly their 2nd possession already as we find Brennan Armstrong. Link it up with him for a first down. Sweep right out to Payne in a nice play by Wake Forest run D. McKinney made that play, and it leaves us with a 3rd and 12. As Fuqua launches deep, he's got a man. It's Chancellor Bright behind the defense, and now he will score. 57-yard touchdown on 3rd and long. Fuqua, 3 of 4, 116 yards and 2 scores, and we are barely over halfway in this first quarter. As Chancellor Bright now links it up, and the senior makes a play. He's into the end zone. Coach Mayo loving this start by his boys. Wow, wow, wow. Wake Forest. The D we knew wasn't very good, but that's not at all how you want to stay in a game like this on the road. Towns picks up 2 on first down. Now Marucci on the direct snap quarterback power. He's got 4, and it's a 3rd and 3. Now play fake. Marucci standing in there and delivers a good throw over the middle to Chase. Eric Chase breaks a tackle, gets hit, but he's got the first. Now they sweep left to Rivers as Jermaine Johnson can't make the play, can't contain him. Josh Hardiman's going to have to track him down, but Tristan Rivers rumbles for 38 yards. As you see here, Johnson kind of gets caught up in an animation by the block and then can't make the tackle, and all of a sudden he's off to the races. Really nice play there from Wake. They're going to need a few more of those. They get another one here as Towns finds some room. He rumbles for 12 and a first down, and they're knocking on the door. 1st and goal, trying to get to the outside, and Towns does. Will Towns, 4-yard touchdown run, and Wake Forest with a really nice response drive here as they get things going against our run D, which we know has been suspect at times. Will Towns and Wake Forest on the board. Okay. Really nice response by Wake. Marshall, it's up for you. 14-7 our score. James Fuqua keeps it and gets 8. 2nd and 2, under center. Gonna go straight dive to Ethan Payne. 5-yard carry, he's got the first. Fuqua switching a couple plays. Now, taking his 5-step drop and launching deep. It's William Matthews behind the D, and there's no way we're gonna score another one. Quick strike all day. William Matthews, as James Fuqua, has 181 yards and 3 scores on 5 passes. Only 4 have been completed. Are you kidding me? William Matthews works off the press, and he's going to find his way into the end zone as well. Wow. Man, oh man, the Wake Forest pass defense leaves a lot to be desired. I don't think they can keep this up on the ground, trying to stay in a race when we score 50, 60-yard receptions every time. Really good run here by Rivers. He and Towns have been really effective so far, however. We're going to need to shore up the run D as they go speed option and get it blocked up well along the sideline. Luckily, Towns runs into his own blocker. He's got another 22 yards, and they're across the midfield stripe again. Marucci, speed option. This is better. Watkins pushes him up, and Daniels cleans it up. Much, much better, specifically by the Marshall D, sticking on this option play. As we get the first play of the second quarter going, really good job there in run support by Jermaine Johnson. He's got the TFL, and this is not where Wake wants to live. 3rd and 14 as Marucci steps up and ends up hitting David Watkins in the helmet, and this ball's going to bounce and be incomplete. And on comes their field goal kicker, and this one leaks on him. He does not convert, and they end up empty-handed after another good drive put together as West Virginia and Virginia square off early in the first quarter. UVA up 3-0. Marshall getting it again. 4th possession, huge block, and it's a huge hole for Ethan Payne, and if only he had a little more speed. They took a good pursuit angle on him, and they're going to bring him down, but that's a huge play by Ethan Payne. And check out this block by Thomas Webb. Get out of the club, son. See you later. And Ethan Payne was off to the races. And that sets us up already back into the red zone. Actually, we haven't been in the red zone yet, but in a scoring position as James Fuqua keeps it for 10. It sets us up with goal to go. first and goal from the 5. Fuqua escaping pressure, and he's gonna get in. 6-yard touchdown, and Marshall scores on 3 plays, just like that. We go play action, we kind of drift, no one's open, and no one steps up to the quarterback, and as we talk about a million times, you gotta pay attention to 2, or he'll run it on you, and he does here. 28-7 Marshall. Man, we are pouring it on. Basically 4 touchdowns in the first quarter. I know we're in the second, but basically the first quarter, and that's not helping if they can't run the ball. Aiden Hubbard with a nice play there. TFL on Towns, and here we go again. Another TFL as Eric Love comes up and runs support. Malcolm Folk cleans it up. 3rd and 14. Play action. Marucci has some time, looking for Chase over the middle. He has it, but he's well short of the sticks, and I don't know if they're going to go for it. They do not. They punt it away. Marshall has it again, now at the 35. Fuqua under pressure. Nope, he just rolls out. He's going to get to the edge and see if he can get upfield, getting drugged down. 17-yard scramble. 2 plays later, it's a 2nd and 4. We turn and give to Ethan Payne, and he rumbles for 10 as this Marshall offensive line has opened up some really nice holes early. 5:35 to play. Fuqua throwing it over the middle, and this one should have been intercepted as they undercut the route. The linebacker makes a nice play as we were looking for William Matthews. 2nd and 10, quickly out of his hand, out to the side to Lou Walker, who gets upfield. He's got 11 and a first down. 1st and 10 from the 21. Fuqua looking over the middle. It's Brennan Armstrong. 22-yard touchdown reception. This is as easy as it comes. Brennan Armstrong matched up against the safety who takes 1 false step, and on the slant route, it is easy money into the end zone. Marshall, 35-7. As we are pouring it on, and Marucci's gonna go down. This is a big play by Aiden Hubbard. Quarterback holding on to it too long, loss of 12. Now on a 2nd and 22, they're gonna flip it out to McDonald. He's got 6. 3rd and 16, all they have in the playbook is to run the draw. Pretty conservative, but they're backed up and they're losing big already. So Marshall's gonna get it back. A good Eric Love return sets us up on their side of the 50. And look at this, it's Ethan Payne rumbling again as he finds room, gets 15 yards. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half as Marshall has been quick striking all day as we find Brennan Armstrong over the middle. An 11-yard reception and another first. Here we go. Pistol look, giving left to Payne, finding some room, bulldozing, breaking a tackle inside the 5. Ethan Payne already over 112 yards on 10 carries. He's been balling, and there's Brennan Armstrong again. 2nd consecutive possession, capped off with a Brennan Armstrong touchdown. 8 of 10, 200-plus yards passing, and 5 scores for our boy James Fuqua. And this is easy. They're going to play man coverage in the red zone. We're just going to beat him with in and out breaking routes as Marucci on the next possession is going to go down. They're going to give this one to Kerryon Martin, giving him credit for the sack. Draw play on 2nd down, and Towns does a nice job with it actually. Gets 13 of it back, setting them up with a 3rd and 2. 2:30 left to go in the first half. Marucci switching the play, speed option, and he finds a little space as he spins upfield 7 yards, and they convert a first down finally. Marucci moving the tight end over. 1st and 10, feels pressure instantly, looks to run, fumbles it, offensive lineman scoops it up. He's going to go down for a sack technically, and they're going to call a timeout for some reason at the 2-minute mark. Maybe they feel like they can still score on this possession. 2nd and 13, they're backed up. Rasheed Price says, no shot, you're not leaving the pocket. Sacked for a loss of 4, and it is a 3rd and very long now. Marucci under pressure somehow got this one away to AJ Chase, and he's short along the sideline, and we are going to let the clock run. We'll get the ball back after the punt. 50 seconds. Ethan Payne stretch on the outside, 11 yards, and a really nice run. Not in a super hurry. We do have all 3 timeouts. Fuqua over the middle to Lou Walker. He's got the first. That's going to stop the clock, but we're going to call the timeout anyway. 32 seconds left. Fuqua in shotgun, well protected by this offensive line. Finding Chambers along the sideline. He's got the first, doesn't get out of bounds, so we're going to rush up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9, now under pressure. Fuqua takes the sack as we could not find anyone to throw it to, and we are going to take that timeout even though it's 3rd and long. Fuqua, 5-step drop, looking for Armstrong over the middle. He finds him and he pushes forward. We're going to let this clock run a little bit and hit the timeout. 4th and 4. Let's go ahead and trot Kevin Hayes out for a 50-yarder. Bang, he hits this one. Beautifully done by Kevin Hayes as he nails the field goal, and that caps off a 45-point first half for Marshall. We talked about it earlier in the episode. That's exactly what we were looking for. 271 yards of passing, 169 yards rushing. We only had the ball for 7 minutes and 30 seconds, but put up 45 points and didn't get a turnover. We didn't even force a turnover. That's just straight up efficiency every time we touch the ball. Beautifully done. Let's get these starters out of this damn ball game. As we get the third quarter started, and Cam Fancher and this second team unit is out there to start this second half. Nice run there by Cam on the keeper, and then this time they give it to Chancellor Bright, fighting off tackles and showing some ability as a runner. We'll jump around here and make this second half go a little quicker as the rare Jeff Clemens rush. He gets 5 as he scampers across. A few plays later, it's a 3rd and 2. Cam Fancher, reverse pivot rollout. The lefty's going to get the first down on the scramble, get knocked out of bounds, but he's got the first. Now a 2nd and 6, already 4 minutes to go in the third quarter as we've kept the ball on shoe clock mode. Casey Smith powers forward, leaving us with a 3rd and 1. Giving it to Casey Smith again, makes a nice cutback. 9-yard carry, and he sets us up inside the 3. 2nd and goal play. Turn and give. Casey Smith, can he finish off the drive? He does. Casey Smith gets into the end zone on the 1-yard touchdown. Not a lot of room here. Somehow he barely breaks the plane, but he gets it done. And we have our next studio update as we follow along the UVA West Virginia game, 13-10 Virginia. Marshall's D, 4 sacks, an INT, and only 167 yards surrendered so far. Playing good ball as they walk into this with a 52-7 lead to start the third quarter, their first possession. Second teamers on D are also out there, and Ron Davis, 4-star true freshman, going to do a nice job on the swim move and then shed the blocker, and he's going to bring down the quarterback. Not a significant loss, but it counts as a sack as Marucci still in there on 3rd and 10 across the middle. No pressure getting home, and he finds Danny Walker across for 18. Nice conversion. A few plays later, a 2nd and 2. Marucci looking to tuck. He gets outside of the pocket, and he's going to find his way into the first down. Next play, Marucci taking a big hit. They're going to give credit to Smith for the sack, backup middle linebacker there. And a few plays later, it's a 3rd and 9, and Corey Brown is going to do a nice job to break up this play and end this drive right there. Marshall getting it back on the punt. Looking right, check down to Casey Smith, jukes upfield, fighting forward. Casey Smith can be such a threat out of the pass game. Really interesting to see what happens with that running back position next year. Smith will still be here. Clemens will still be here. We're definitely going to need to find somebody to fill in after Ethan Payne. And check out Casey Smith. I know it's Wake Forest, but hey, these guys get scholarships to play college football as well. It's a nice run. A few plays later in the drive, it's a 3rd and 2. Cam Fancher, keeper as he makes some moves, wiggling upfield, 12 yards and a first down inside the red zone. Now it's a 3rd and goal from about the 6. Fancher in shotgun, scrambling out, reversing, and he's got some space up the sideline as they stay in their man coverage, and Cam Fancher's going to punch this one in. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's now a 59-0 lead. My goodness, Marshall pouring it on and doing it with their second team unit. And late in the fourth quarter, as we get another studio update, Boston College giving it to Clemson right now. 10 minutes left to go in the fourth. We'll keep an eye on that one. 3:30 left to go in this one as we speed towards the end. Will Towns on the TFL. He's doing a nice job. Josh McIntosh making the play there. And we go 3rd and 13, and look at this. This is the Josh McIntosh drive as he gets another sack. Check out the swim move. Splits the guard in the center and lays a nice big hit on Marucci, who could not get that ball out. Love to see the backup defensive players making plays. And that ended up being the final play as we sped through to the end. No other major plays happened, but the boys make the 75 proud today. Great win from start to finish. Lots of fun, big, explosive plays, especially by the starters in the first half. And check out the final line for Fuqua. 11 of 13 for 271. He adds another 46 on the ground, 6 total touchdowns. 2 got it done today out there. 59-7 is the final as we chewed clock most of the way away in the second half. This game was in cruise control early, as it should have been. 617 yards of total offense for us, 318 on the ground as a team. We held them to 78 through the air, which feels good after so many weeks getting carved up by subpar quarterbacks. One final note here, we protected the ball. First time maybe all season with 0 turnovers. That's what we like to see. Let's keep it going to week 14, and first we get a skill point for Coach Mayo, up to a level 29 now, and it was a great day on the trail as the streak continues. 2 more commits for us and a plus 600 visit for a top wide receiver prospect. This class continues to blow my mind. We will dig into those players in just a minute. 3 spots are all that is left in this class, as we are up to 22 players already. And listen to this, 63% of them are a 4-star or better. That is a ton of talented value coming to Huntington, and I mean, we are absolutely killing it in this class. I'm having so much fun, and I can't wait to get them on campus. All right, let's dive into these 2 that we added today. 4-star athlete Roy Morris from Pennsylvania is up first. He's the number 20 athlete in the class, a 75 overall, and according to the menu screen when he committed, he projects best to be a quarterback. And honestly, that sounds pretty good to me. 86 speed, 90 acceleration, 84 agility. He could be a wide receiver with 82 catching and 85 spec catch, but 82 throw power and accuracy with some solid running skills. You see he has 81 elusiveness, 82 juke, 83 spin. I think we should redshirt him a year, make him a quarterback in this class. He can sit and develop that arm a little bit. Morris is a really nice addition. Okay, up next, big offensive tackle Donnie Landry. Another 3-star JUCO. We've had a ton of success in this class grabbing those guys. They have him as the number 89 tackle in the class, but he's a 6'6", 290-pound, 79 overall. And I really like his potential to become an elite right tackle for us someday in the future. He'll come in with 87 strength, meaning he can handle the power rushers, and 91 acceleration means he'll be able to keep up with speed guys. 85 run block overall. He's just another guy I hope we have the depth to allow to sit for a year. I'm really high on adding Landry. Only 3 spots left in this class, but 5 guys are on the board, and we would love to have all of them. I was worried this would happen, and here we are. I think the battles for Wright, Sowell, and Miller are going to drag on into the offseason, and that means Alex Scott and Chris Suggs are actually very likely to choose us in the next few weeks. We have massive leads for them. So we could be facing 1 scholarship left for the offseason and 3 guys to choose from. Quickly, as we wrap up, Coach Mayo up to level 29. We have another big upgrade point. We're going to toss this one into the matchup skill. That's going to allow us to see pre-play, which DB is a scrub and who to go after. Week 14 college football playoff rankings, and the flip-flopping continues. Despite our huge win, Florida narrowly escapes against Missouri, but somehow the committee thinks that they deserve the top spot again. Marshall's going to slip back to number 2. The rest of that top 4 and 5 and 6 actually remain the same as everyone wins, with Northwestern idle. But we do have rivalry week upcoming and the conference championship still ahead, so we should definitely see some shakeups. Marshall has officially locked up that Atlantic side of the conference, and we have punched our ticket to the ACC title game. On the other side, I believe we will see the 10-1 Pitt Panthers, so that could be a really fun matchup. Thank you so much for the love today. We get the win in style and have 0-11 Louisville coming up in the regular season finale next episode. Hoping for more of the same from the team today. Be sure to like and subscribe. Take care of yourselves. I love y'all. Peace.